Kamala chose a white husband. Why can't black men choose a white president?
She's clearly trying to reach black men. Do you think her efforts are going to make a difference?
No, I don't, and for a number of reasons. Number one, this is the same Kamala Harris where a few years ago she's out there saying that the audio clips are available, the video clips, where there was no agenda for black people.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
She actually said that what works for all Americans will also work for black people.
Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
But now she's going to reverse course because she's losing in this race and try to say she's going to do an agenda specifically for black men. I just don't think it's going to work. Number two, she's basically had 1,400 days to enact all these types of policies, and she's done nothing. Actually, not even spoke to any of these things. But now that we're 20 days until November 5th, now she wants to run out there with a specific agenda. Everybody knows it's phony and it's fake. It's pandering. It's just politics. And it's not real.
Facts. Facts. So I got to talk about this because Kamala went on to, or did like a radio town hall with Charlamagne the Devil. And, you know, one of the things that she was talking about is the black agenda, because that's something that came up in that interview. And that's why you saw those first two clips there, because now 20 days before the election, oh, I got this black agenda, guys. Look, I got a black agenda. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry. 20 days. Like, literally less than 3 weeks away from the election. Now you try to come with the, oh, look, here's the money, guys. Look. Here. You know, Magic Johnson didn't work. Obama didn't work. Right? Now you try to, well, first the I'm black line didn't work, right? Because that's where it started. I'm black and I'm a black woman. Okay? That didn't work. Then she sent out Magic Johnson. Then she sent out Barack Obama. None of that worked. Now, in the fourth quarter, 20 days before the election, here's the money. Here's a loan. I promise to give you a loan. You know what's better than a loan? Paying less in taxes, like Trump is proposing. Because you don't have to pay that back. Like, you just pay less in taxes, right? So that 20,000 or whatever she's proposing, whatever, you know, the loans for black people, which is unconstitutional. But anyway, so it'll never happen. That's first thing. But then also, you don't have to pay that back. The taxes, right? When you pay less in taxes, like you don't have to pay that loan. Though you still got to pay that back. But anyway, let's jump into this shit. Check it out.
Zeke, what's up, brother?
What up, though? Madam Vice President Charlamagne the God. What up, though? And welcome to Detroit.
Yes, sir.
It's good to be back.
I like to say the real Detroit because I'm up in here. My name is Zeke, New Era founder, CEO. I've worked on the ground here in Detroit and in black communities all across the country for over the past 10 years, actually celebrating our 10th year this past August.
All right.
In my 10 years of organizing, we played a major role in the resurgence of pride and the change in mindset in Detroit neighborhoods across the city.
Mm-hmm.
We're not only known for the work that we do here in Detroit, but across the country in black communities, having worked in over 35 cities of the blackest cities in America. Saying all that to say, I'm extremely qualified to sit in front of the current vice president and which can be the next president of the United States of America. As I pose my question to you, I would first like to make it known that I don't have any emotional connections to politicians. I believe that this is one of our biggest flaws in the current political process. I view politics as a business, and America is one of the biggest corporations in the world. With that being said, I'm here on behalf of the business of the black community. With all that black Americans have been through and contribute to the success of America, I feel that there should be an in-depth investigation or evaluation of the lack of resources and current living conditions in black communities nationwide. My question to you is, what's your stance on reparations? We all know that America became great, off the backs of free black labor. How progressive are you on making it a priority and righting America's wrongs? It's understood that you are running for president for all people of America. Asking for specifics for black communities doesn't mean don't do for others, but black Americans are heavily asked to vote Democrat in every election for over half a century with very little in return. What are your plans to address these very important issues and change that narrative?
Thank you, Zeke.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you for your work. So to your point, yes, I am running to be a president for all Americans. That being said, I do have clear eyes about the disparities that exist and the context in which they exist, meaning history, to your point. So my agenda, well, first of all, on the point of reparations, it has to be studied. There's no question about that. And I've been very clear about that position. In terms of my immediate plan, I will tell you a few of the following. One, as it relates to the economy, which is a lot of what you have addressed. Look, I grew up in the middle class. My mother, worked hard, raised me and my sister. And by the time I was in high school, she was able to afford our first home.
Bro, every answer she has always comes back to the, I grew up in the middle class. Oh, man. Goodness gracious. I grew up middle class, blah, 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 blah. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, this is just, oh, geez, Louise. But, yeah, one of the things that I do want to acknowledge, because he kind of touched on it there a little bit, but when you look at a lot of these cities that, have, a high number of black people, the black population is relatively high, right? Those cities are run by Democrats. And so when we talk about the living situations of black people, then you have to talk to the Democrats. And not only that, but you got to talk to the black people, right, that continually vote for these folks. Chicago hasn't been run by a Republican in like 90 years. How well has Chicago been running? We all know the answer to that. It's nicknamed after a war zone. Like, come on now. What are we talking about? Baltimore, San Fran, just California itself. How well is that being run? This is all Democrats. All Democrats. You can't blame a single Republican for these things happening in these cities. So, like, why don't we talk about that? Like, I just don't understand why we don't put the blame where it should be, and that's at the feet of Democrat politicians, because they promise the world every 4 years, like Kamala's trying to do now, and deliver absolutely nothing. And I'm going to show you guys something at the end of this. And I'm sorry, I keep looking down. I got some notes here today. Yeah, so I can keep track of my spots, because this is like an hour-long video, and I'm not about to have y'all sit here for an hour to listen to this mumbo jumbo. So I got some notes of timestamps where I want to click in at. So if you see me looking down, all right, that's what I'm looking at to check the timestamp. So yeah. Now, here was another Black Agenda question, and check out her answer.
Bezo.
Charlamagne, what's up? Madam Vice President.
How you
doing today? As we say in Detroit, what up, though? So yesterday I read that there is a new opportunity agenda, a plan for black men, which includes a proposal of forgivable loans up to $20,000 for 1 million black entrepreneurs. What would you say to the people that would consider the timing of this proposal as political?
Well, first off, hold on. I'm sorry, I got to interrupt. If it's a forgivable loan, why call it a loan in the first place? Forgivable loan? Why call it a loan in the first place if you truly plan on forgiving it? I'm just a question. Just a question. Why not just write the check, right? We write a check to Ukraine. Why not just write the $20,000 check? I'm not saying that would be right? One is unconstitutional, but just within what she's saying, why not just write a check? Why call it a forgivable loan? Why not just say, hey, we're going to do the same thing that we've done for Ukraine and some of these other places up in this world. We've written them a check. That wasn't a loan, right? So we'll just write you guys all a check for $20,000. I smell a liar. Anyway, carry on.
Political timing. And how would you speak to the sentiment that support for black men is only sought out during election cycles and feels that building trust requires consistent engagement and genuine investment into the community outside of election periods and political benefits for politicians, and may view that some people in the Democrat Party use black Americans to play identity politics?
So first of all, thank you for your question and for being here. I've been in this race about 70 days. You can look at all my work before those 70 days to know that what I'm talking about right now is not new and is not for the sake of winning this election. This is about a long-standing commitment, including the work that I've done as vice president and before when I was senator and before that. In fact, a lot of what I'm doing that is about my economic agenda and opportunity economy was born out of the work I did as vice president, before that as senator most recently, to get access to capital for our entrepreneurs. The work that I did in the Senate was about getting a couple billion more dollars into our community banks, and then building on that when I became vice president, I created it's called the Economic Opportunity Council, bringing in some of the biggest banks and technology companies to put more into the community banks. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why, because I have been aware for years, black entrepreneurs only get 1% of venture capital funding. Of all the venture capital funding, only 1% goes to black entrepreneurs.
Really, Kamala? So now you're claiming that, you're going to do all this great stuff for black people 20 days before the election, which obviously is for political purposes, even though she says that it's not, because this is what she had to say before. I'm sure some of you are familiar with this clip.
So I'm not going
check out what she had to say in this clip, which you just heard a little piece of it there. Listen to her own words.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Oh, so that's how you truly feel. But now, because you see that you're about to lose the election in a landslide, now you want to try to come out and say, hey guys, here's some money. It's a forgivable loan. Don't worry about it. Nah, we ain't buying it. We are not buying it. Black people are not for sale. We are not for sale. You can't buy us. I know y'all used to own us back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Democrats wanted to keep us in slavery. Y'all don't own us anymore. We are not for sale. That's done and that's over with. We ain't for sale anymore. Y'all tried that. All those other presidencies, presidential runs. Oh, black folks will do this for you. We'll do that for you. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. And then you disappear. And then you come back like, hey, niggas, don't forget about us, right? We still love you. We still love you. Don't worry about, this, and that. We'll give you this, and that. And remember, the Republicans, they're really, really evil. You don't want them to get in power. Vote or die. It's the same stuff every 4 years. Fear-mongering and promise a bunch of handouts that ain't going to be handed out, that you have no intentions on handing out. Fearmonger, promise a bunch of handouts. Fearmonger, promise a bunch of handouts. It's the same thing every 4 years. Go back and check the tapes. Y'all remember the vote or die. Matter of fact, I think that I don't even about to say his name. Democrats were running on that vote or die. Now Democrats running on a similar line. The threat to democracy. Like what? Huh? But I want y'all to see this comment section, man. I want y'all to see this comment section. Check this out. So here is the video, right? This is one of the videos because I think CNN has a video as well of this. But, you know, here's the interview, right, between Kamala and Charlamagne, okay? As y'all can see there. Now, let's scroll down to this comment
It's
section.
the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale.
Whoa. Let's scroll down to this comment section. Charlamagne can now join the cast of The View. Who else immediately went to the comment section? Laughing emoji. Let's read a little bit. Me, I was furious, was truly hopeful he would challenge her. Sellout. Comment section is better than the interview. Comment section restores my faith that we are waking up. Come on, beautiful. My rents increased almost 20% in the last 2 years. Groceries are sky high. Taxes went up, but my wages haven't kept up with the inflation. There is no middle class anymore. If nobody making less than $50K a year don't see that, then we're effed. Yes, and that's been under Kamala Harris, okay? She had no problem with sending a black mother of a child with sickle cell to jail over truancy and made her fight it in court for 2 years, even though the mother had doctor's excuses. She also made sure the media was there during that mother's arrest to show how tough she was. Yeah, and I may make a video on this because that's actually a true story right there. That's a legitimate true story. That's not a lie that somebody made up. Matter of fact, I have the video ready to go. I don't have the video put together, but I have like an interview from the mother, you know, talking about it. Not me personally, but somebody else did an interview with the mother talking about that entire situation. And I have the video. I just haven't made a YouTube video on that topic, but I'll probably be making that soon because that's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. Could you imagine having a sick child and then being prosecuted by Kamala Harris because of it? Because your daughter is missing school because she's legitimately sick. She's in the hospital. And you're getting prosecuted, arrested for this. That's what Kamala did and thought it was a cute thing to do. Anyway, Charlamagne, they say everything you say is scripted. Kamala, you're welcome. What? Enough. I'm a 38-year-old black man, and reading these comments gives me so much hope for us as a collective. Seeing through this BS Kamala is doing is so satisfying and makes the Dems see they plan not working no more. Never answered the question. Should have let Envy interviewer. This is just two ladies drinking tea. Black folks waking up, and I love every bit of it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Why you sending money to other countries when we have problems here in America? Kamala, we got the prices down on insulin. We should study reparations. Real meaning. Let's just keep talking about it and never do anything about it. Hey, that's facts. The black man sits there and knows she's lying, yet he's okay with it because he can't admit Trump did a better job lying to your viewers selfishly. So tired of her being asked the question, then talking about everything else till you no longer remember what you asked. The comment section gives me hope for this country. Come on now. Like, I mean, it's just on and on and on and on. Like, y'all get it. Right? People aren't buying the BS. And honestly, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say this now. And listen, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, right? But, you know, and I've shown you guys the comment sections for like the past, I don't know, week straight almost, I feel like, right? And yes, I agree with several of these comments. The comment sections really do give me hope. And as a matter of fact, I think someone talked about actually his Instagram account is also being bombarded with interesting comments. I might just pull that up real quick. Let me see if I'm not even logged in. I'm not about to do all that right now. But apparently Charlamagne promoted the Kamala interview, and in the comment section of that, people were doing the same thing as they were doing here in this comment section. So I'm gonna say this. I have a sneaky suspicion with everything that's going on, with everything that I've seen, and I've shown you guys all of this and the reasons as to why I believe it. But I believe that Trump could possibly win in the landslide. Like, this could get really, really ugly. I'm talking, I had the Electoral College pulled up here. I'm talking possibly, let me change that back there because there's a lot. I'm talking possibly 311 to 227 in the Electoral College. Yeah, 311 to 227. I'm talking, it could be as bad as 324 to 214. 324 to 214. Yeah, I think it could very well be a landslide in this upcoming election. Now, we still got to show up and do our part. All this talking means absolutely nothing unless we show up. If we don't have door knockers, right? People taking calls, right? Getting involved. None of this matters. This is all just talk. It's all fluff. But if we do what we need to do, what we are supposed to do, right? Some of the things that I just mentioned. I think we could win 324 to 214. Like it could be an absolute blowout, which would obviously send a major message not only to the world, but more importantly to the establishment that has tried to rule over us that it's over with. Don't ever attempt it again. We don't stand for it, and we won't stand for it. And honestly, I think that's the kind of message that we need to send, like a strong message. Like we ain't standing for this. We ain't standing for this. You're out of here. You're done. You're cooked. It's over with. Get out of here. Don't ever try this again. Right? Like that's the type of statement when I think that we should try to strive for. But as always, let me know your thoughts, your opinions on this in the comment section below. This Kamala pandering, I don't see it working, baby. I don't see it working, especially since like it's fourth quarter. 2 minutes left on the clock, 20 days left before the election. You sent out Obama, you sent out Magic Johnson, you tried to play the black card. Now this is what you're doing 20 days before the election. Everybody's seeing through that crap. No, we ain't buying it. And beyond that, black people, we are not for sale. You can't purchase us. We are not slaves anymore. We are not obligated to support you. Like, you can't buy us, And it's funny that that's coming from the Democrat Party trying to purchase the loyalty of black people, considering the history of the Democrat Party being the slave owners and the ones that wanted to keep us in chains, right? Kind of interesting how that works, but, I'm going to spare y'all from all of that today. We ain't gonna get on that whole discussion, but, final message. Black people, we ain't for sale. Get out of here, Kamala. We don't want you. It's Trump 24, and that's it.